cause of workplace injuries and deaths in New York State are many. Some of the more frequent ones are vehicle accidents. And when I say vehicle, I'm talking about construction vehicles. It might be a forklift. It might be a telehandler. It might be a crane. It might be a tractor, a whole host of construction type vehicles. And what happens is sometimes they roll over. Sometimes there's a failure of the brakes. Sometimes they can't see where they're going and they hit somebody, or hit something and then that hits somebody. More than half of the accidents that happen with vehicles result in death on construction sites. A vehicle could also be a rail car. It could be a truck, a tractor. When a vehicle rolls over, it also could injure the people in the vehicle. So you have a lot of vehicle accidents. Exposure to hazardous materials. That happens very often on construction sites. Slippery surfaces. Injuries from flying objects. Falling objects. So if they're laying bricks and they're stacking the bricks up on the 20th floor, what happens if the bricks fall down? What happens if somebody loses a wrench? What happens if a worker falls through a shaft? Maybe the shaftway was meant for air conditioning ducts. Maybe a worker falls off the side of a building because it didn't have a barricade. Maybe the worker falls off a ladder. Maybe they fell off a scaffold. Maybe they were using a steam pipe as a scaffold and they fell off of that. So falls are very common. And, of course, the elevations vary. It could be a low elevation, but you could fall down the shaft of a 100-story building. You could fall off the side of an unprotected 60-story building. So the heights are all different. You could fall off a ladder at 15 feet, or a scaffold could collapse even at 10 feet. And even at 10 feet, you can get severely injured if that scaffold is collapsing and hits the ground. OSHA did some reporting on this. That's the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, where they found that construction fatalities accounted for 21% of all work-related deaths in the United States. You could also have construction site accidents because of faulty equipment. Sometimes workers, especially those in the electric industry, they can get electrocuted. They didn't realize the wire was live. People get injured because of heavy machinery like bulldozers and cranes and forklifts. So there's a whole host of ways that people can get injured at construction sites. Construction sites are very dangerous. And the workers in New York State are lucky to have laws that protect them and their families in case they get injured at a construction site.